You're listening to the Angry Marks Podcast Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the SmackDown RunDown. Just as we bring it to you every Friday night at 11 o'clock Eastern here on the Angry Marks Podcast Network. We weren't here last Friday because we brought you a special episode on Tuesday due to the Super SmackDown special that was held. But we are back Friday night once again, and I am joined with my co-host, King J.
The king has arrived.
That's right, and we're also joined with our producer, Killer Kev, holding it down, making sure this show runs smoothly on his new computer. So we hope this comes in clear, and we hope everything sounds good for everybody tonight. And I also want to shout out to the Angry Marks chat room who's listening live. We've got myself, King J, Killer Kev is in there, along with Ciara, Mr. Custer, and Extreme Tony. Welcome one and all, and we thank everybody for tuning in. So,
Definitely.
Jeff, how did you feel about SmackDown tonight?
I actually enjoyed SmackDown tonight. I thought it was an overall good show. Nothing seemed to drag on too long, which is always a good thing.
Yeah, I think tonight was a little better than last week. For a Super SmackDown, it really wasn't all that super. It kind of carried on from Raw, but it didn't really excite me. This week, I felt there was more WrestleMania talk. There was more pressure. There was more build to it, and I appreciated it a lot more.
Yeah, definitely. I think that this week built up a whole lot better than last week. Last week, the last SmackDown, it felt like everything was rushed.
Yeah, it didn't feel like it flowed a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Randy Orton made his return, and it seems like we've already been there before, but, he recently had a concussion, so he was taken off TV, taken off the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. And now that we're in March, we can finally look forward and towards WrestleMania. So it looks like we got a little glimpse of what to expect, and I'm liking where this whole card is going. Start off the show, Sheamus came out and basically said that he became what he despised when he first won the WWE Championship, being cocky and conceited and obsessed. He became a bully, and we know this because he was bullying everybody. Jamie Noble, Jerry Lawler, anybody that ran in his path. He's even had a feud with Goldust when ECW was still on the air. That was a really good feud that he had with him.
Wow, you're really going back with that feud.
Well, you can't deny goodness, It was good.
Sure.
That was the build for Sheamus to stardom. And when he came to Raw, he was bullying everybody in his path. And when he first won the WWE Championship, he was that guy. He was, the bullying heel. But, I'm not going to deny it because it was his character.
Yeah, definitely.
He bullied Triple H during Shawn Michaels' farewell speech, his retirement speech, whatever, and, that led to another match that they had. But that just fit his character. So when he said that on SmackDown, I'm really surprised that he brought that up because it's exactly what had happened.
Yeah, and I would respect the fact that he denied that he used to be a jackass. Because, most faces, they completely disregard what they did in the past. Like, they may count their championship wins and things like that, but if you are a bad guy, they never acknowledge it, especially the baby faces.
Right. And Vicky Guerrero came out along with Dolph Ziggler to interrupt. And blah, 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 nice story. You deserve... I don't know. I really didn't pay attention all that much to what they were saying. They were just mocking him, and this brings out Teddy Long to make the usual match of the guys that are in the ring or standing around or talking to each other. And before we get into that, I would like to welcome our special guest for the evening, Sierra.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. My hands are freezing, and I'm sitting here with Pandora.
Yes, I didn't forget about your panda. I was going to ask, how's your panda doing tonight, too?
She's freezing. She's scared, though.
We'll snuggle up together.
It's storming, like cats and dogs outside.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, Lord.
It's that bad. The house was shaking like 10 minutes ago. I'm like, oh, dear Jesus God, not right now.
Now, Sierra, you're not in the middle of all that tornado mess, are you?
I don't even know, because all day it's been really windy, and then it will stop.
Okay, what? You don't know?
I don't know, because I haven't really checked the news, but I know it's been like really windy all day.
Okay.
But then it'll be like windy, and then it will stop.
Okay, see? First of all, have a seat. Second of all, you need to go check the weather now, because this is not something to be playing with right now.
I know.
I mean,
it's just
the stuff that just came through Kentucky today.
Yeah.
I mean, don't play with that. Seriously.
Definitely.
Oh, you ain't got to tell me twice, because if I see something spinning in the sky, I'm getting the hell out of Dodge.
How are you going to see anything? It's midnight. It's pitch black out.
I can still see outside. It's not dark here.
See. Okay. Whatever.
It's not dark here. I'm serious. It's like light. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Okay.
Yeah, where she lives is a little bit odd.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's like those towns where Scooby-Doo and them used to go through on their show. Yeah, it's one of those odd towns.
Okay, well, let me just say my soapbox stuff.
Yes.
Let me just say my soapbox stuff real quick. Everybody should always have a weather radio. They're cheap. They're anywhere between $10 and $25. You can go get it at the grocery store. Go get it at Radio Shack. Go get it at your favorite electronics boutique, whatever. Have one with you. You never know when you're going to need it.
Okay, I will check the weathercast for now on. I just didn't know what the hell's going on today.
We don't need a Captain A getting blown out into the Atlantic Ocean.
It's okay.
Yeah, and keep your eye out the window, because if you see any mystery machines, then you know shit's going down.
Oh no! If I see
Exactly.
something, a van, any kind of van pull up, I'm gone. I'm not waiting around for that one.
Okay, well, you don't have to wait for a good show, because SmackDown was just that. And our first match of the night was Sheamus versus Dolph Ziggler, because, as we mentioned, Teddy Long, whenever he sees two people arguing, he puts them in a match. That's pretty much his stilo. But this was a good match. You know, Ziggler has become one of those guys, in my opinion, where if he's in a match with somebody, it usually turns out good if, you know, they can work it out. And I don't remember seeing Ziggler and Sheamus battle it out, but they have good chemistry. This was a really good match to open the show. What do you think, Joe?
It was a really good match. I really enjoyed it. I think it was a good back and forth. It wasn't just Sheamus dominating. And I even liked the parts where Vicky was involved, because that just fed into the fact that she is an actual manager and just doesn't sit on the sidelines and scream the whole time.
Yeah, she put Ziggler's foot on the ropes to stop the count. And, honestly, all she really else did was scream. But she is good as the manager of Ziggler, to always cheer him on and give him advice. And every time he rolls out the ring, she's there to talk him out or whatever. It may be bullshit, but, at least she's doing something. It's not just random screaming.
Yeah,
so,
she makes it convincing.
Yeah, and this match was good with back and forth offense. Ziggler got the sleeper hold. He hasn't done that in a while. And his new finisher, Finley's old finisher, the Celtic Cross that Sheamus is using now, they are now calling it white noise. Sierra, how do you feel about that?
I have a huge issue. First of all, why is Sheamus using Finley's old move in the first place? Like, what is wrong with his finisher? And to call it white noise. What?
Well, he doesn't do the cross powerbomb anymore because everybody keeps escaping it. I don't remember the last time he's ever hit that high cross powerbomb.
Yeah, but the one thing about...
6 months ago.
But the one thing about the crucifix powerbomb is, one, when you've seen him perform that move, it stood out because it's different from everybody's finisher in the WWE. Everybody has pretty much the same finisher. If it's high flying or some type of scoop slam maneuver, the crucifix powerbomb stood out. Now he's gone back to this basically a Celtic bomb. And it's just like, wow. As big as he is, a crucifix powerbomb works for him because he's so freaking huge and he can pull it off. I just don't like this.
But he can't hit it anymore. Everybody just slips off.
Well, he needs to figure out something. Because I don't like
I
this.
understand that. As a big guy, he could pull off so many different moves. I think giving him the Celtic Cross is kind of like putting him in a box with all other international superstars.
Yeah,
move.
And you know who uses the Celtic Cross now? Mainly? Girls. Gail, Kim, and Alyssa Flash. So basically, you take Sheamus a girl move. Finley doesn't even really use that move anymore.
Finley co-signed Gail Kim to start using that.
Really? I mean, what a way.
Oh, well, I don't think Finley is going to have much of a say to it anymore. Anyways, he doesn't really hold claim to that move anymore. And also, he's not in the WWE, so as soon as one guy leaves, the next person's going to take their finisher. Just like the case of Shelton Benjamin with Pay Dirt, when he left, MVP took it.
They Shelton and Finley.
And then when MVP left, R-Truth now has it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just recycle.
Yeah, I mean, they recycle X-Pac finisher, the Tori Wilson, now the Bella Twins use it.
Exactly.
It's a damn shame, but I mean, there is so many other moves Sheamus can do. I mean, there's choke slam, there's all kinds of powerbomb variations. Even a suplex off the top rope.
I would have preferred it to actually still be called the Celtic Cross. The problem with that is every time he goes for the powerbomb, which is called the High Cross, Michael Cole mistakenly calls it the Celtic Cross.
He is so
that's where the confusion came in.
Anyway.
Exactly, and because he's the quote-unquote voice of the WWE, no one is going to be smart enough to correct him. So, fuck it, let's just give it a new name called White
Noise.
What? But why white noise? I understand that Sheamus is pale, but white noise, you couldn't call it, the fiery, burning death or some shit.
They could have called They could have called it White Fire as a case of his skin and then his hair.
Yes,
Something.
or I don't know, but white noise? I've never even known the color white to have a noise. Like, what?
Like,
Yeah,
are we
a
watching
sound.
that crappy horror movie?
You can't give a sound colorization. I mean, what the hell?
Like, what? When he hits it, you see, like, this big white smoke or something, and there's, like, this big pow noise? Like, what?
I don't know. WWE's reaching with that one.
I mean, if that really happened when he hits it, I'll be amazed.
I mean, well, they call Bruce Clay's finisher "What the Funk," and before that, it was like something else retarded.
Funk it.
Yeah, aka two things that you're gonna slip up and say "What the fuck."
And Michael Cole did that on pay-per-view
Exactly.
at the Royal Rumble, actually.
Oh, my God. Speaking of Michael Cole, is this the first week him and Booker T have sat next to each other like that?
You know, I was
Yeah.
going to bring that up. Michael Cole was randomly in the middle of the announce team.
What the hell?
Normally it's from left to right, Booker T, Josh Matthews, and Michael Cole. This time Cole was sitting in the middle seat, but yet Josh Matthews is still the voice welcoming us to this show.
That was just awkward, because I seriously thought Booker was going to bitch slap Michael Cole.
You know, I want to see this happen. I want to see Booker get so mad at Cole. You know, Cole will say something. Every time Cole says something, and Booker T says, "You better watch your mouth, Cole." I just want to see Booker say, "Hey, now you're next to me." Smack.
Yeah, because I didn't pay attention to early when SmackDown first started. You know how when they first start SmackDown, they go right to commentators. I didn't pay attention to it till like after, I think about the third match. And I was sitting and I'm like, wait, why is Josh over there and Cole's in the middle? Like, you know they don't get along. Why you do I just didn't understand that.
Yeah. And Josh was still trying to play mediator, but he's off on the side.
Yeah.
And Michael Cole was like facing Booker, and Josh just like, why am I here?
On a side note, I've noticed, I realized after a while that this is probably the longest time that Vicky Guerrero has managed a superstar. She's been Dolph Ziggler's manager for well over a year.
Or do you mean this is the longest that she's managed somebody without trying to marry them?
That too.
I don't know about that, because they were quote unquote girlfriend boyfriend last year, exactly 1 year ago when they were on SmackDown before they were fired and hired on Raw.
Yeah.
No. They were not boyfriend and girlfriend.
On SmackDown they were.
No.
They were on SmackDown.
No, Vicky kind of wanted that, but Dolph Ziggler always kept it professional, and anytime Vicky tried to put the moves on him, you could see he could kind of squicked out a little. Eventually they dropped it.
The last
They
time
were
I
making
checked,
out after he took out Edge.
What?
I don't even
Did I
remember.
miss?
Yeah.
Did I really miss that?
That was her cougar days. That was when she was more playing off the cougar role, and
Yeah.
Kev, you're right. She was leaning towards Ziggler, and Ziggler didn't exactly respond, but he didn't acquiesce at first, but you know, after a while he just let it happen.
The last time I've known of Vicky and Dolph to be, dating with quotes around it was when her and Dolph were walking backstage and Dolph was like gawking at Rosa Mendes and she goes, "Dolph!" and she yells at him. That's the last time I really remember.
Or back when actually it all first started when she had Dolph come in the office wearing Daisy Dukes or whatever, and she was checking out his ass. I think that's just all how it started.
Thank you, Vicky, for that one.
She was the
You
GM
would
at the
thank
time.
her for that.
Oh no, it started the first day she had him.
Yeah.
I mean, because that was right after Escobar disappeared.
Who?
Wait. Who?
You know,
Who's this Escobar you speak of?
yeah, it's been a while.
You mean the guy that was around for 2 weeks?
Something
and he
like that.
disappeared?
A month at the most.
I think it was more
even.
like 2 months, but 8 weeks. He didn't last long.
He didn't even last 8 minutes. What are you talking about?
He was fucking crazy.
Well, speaking of long-lasting relationships, Cody Rhodes and the Intercontinental Championship have been together for over 200 days. Has anybody else realized it was that long? I mean, Cody Rhodes has hit the 202 something. He's been the Intercontinental Champion for over 200 days and hardly defends the title. But it's been announced that he will defend that Intercontinental Championship against the Big Show at WrestleMania. So we have another match scheduled for Mania, and we are still 5 weeks away.
It's so weird having 5 weeks until WrestleMania. It's like the longest gap between pay-per-views, and they have so much time to build things, but it's better to actually build the stuff earlier than a week later.
I just want to say that I am so glad that we now have at least five scheduled matches for WrestleMania. When last year, at this time, there were only 2 matches scheduled. And it looks like they're actually paying attention to the focus of WrestleMania, because last year it was all about The Rock hosting the show, and that was it.
Mania last year wasn't that exciting. This year, I'm still not excited for it, really. Because none of the matches interest me.
I'm hyped for it. I'm all for it.
I'm not really excited. It goes back to years ago when it's WrestleMania time that you were more excited about WrestleMania than any goddamn thing. Right now, it's like, I'm more so like, I really could care less. I don't know. Maybe it's just the fact that they're too busy focusing Mania on fucking The Rock and Cena, and they're shoving it down my throat, and it's making me want to stab somebody. Maybe that's what's throwing me off, but I don't know.
I think it's that and the fact that they're trying to overhype the Undertaker versus Triple H thing and throwing in Shawn Michaels. I understand they want Mania to be a big thing, but when you're just focusing on 2 matches and then your actual title matches and then your actual feuds are falling by the wayside for people who are going to be around for one pay-per-view and then disappear again, it makes no damn sense to me.
Yeah, that's just the big problem, because I've been saying it every time I come on here. Am I the only one that did not realize Cody Rhodes was IC champion? Because until now, since they announced this match with him and Big Show WrestleMania, who knew Cody still had the fucking belt? Because they never really bring it up. He hardly defends it. And for me to hear, he's defending at Mania, why should I really care? Because he hasn't been defending it, and no one seems to care.
Because the feuds he's been in have been more about the feuds and not the title.
Yeah, but they can make it about the title by having somebody go, hey, I want your belt, or I want your purse. I'm going to take your purse from you. Okay?
Exactly.
It's not that hard. I mean, is it crazy to say that there was one time in WWE where motherfuckers would fight over spilt coffee and cause a feud for months over that?
Someone spilled Otunga's coffee?
I wish somebody would. I wish.
Pour it on something.
I so wish. Just get them out of here.
But, I agree with you about the title thing. They don't hype it up as they used to. where it used to be a stepping stone to being in the main event or actually winning the title. Now it's just an accessory piece for Cody. It matches his gear, and it's like, oh, he has a belt, but it's not important.
Well, let's hope it has some importance at WrestleMania, because Big Show needs to have his WrestleMania moment, and this makes me like Big Show even more, because Cody Rhodes came out to talk and show us another video of Big Show's embarrassing WrestleMania moments. But Big Show came But Big Show came out and said he wants to laugh with him, and he wants to watch the video with him. Come on, let's watch it together like friends. Big Show makes me laugh. I swear. I like his character every time I watch it.
And it's refreshing.
Yeah, I'm just glad that they didn't go the route of the rumors that we've been hearing of Big Show versus Shaq, because I don't know if I could take another one of his celebrity appearances this year. Yeah, I'm glad they switched it too, because they didn't give us what we expected, and that's always good sometimes. Yes.
Definitely. And I think this year's WrestleMania doesn't need another quote-unquote celebrity attraction. Let the wrestlers... It's like, let the wrestlers be showcased, not, okay, I want to pop in for 5 weeks and then go back to doing my normal job.
Well, let's switch gears over to the Divas match.
Yay!
And this week, we had Natalya versus Eve, and it sort of started, the match was already scheduled, but we got a little pre-match backstage segment of Natalya now coming up to Eve and telling her Zack is a nice guy and he's genuine. And Eve, in her new heel role, is laughing it off and saying that she played him and all that other stuff. Skipping to the match, this was an actual wrestling match. They, traded holds and the hammerlock and the top wrist lock and a roll up and then a reversal for the win. I mean, either way you want to look at it, this was good. Eve and Natalya, they actually had good wrestling chemistry.
Yeah, they've always had.
Yeah, they have.
From the last time they got in the ring with each other, going back to when Natalya was Divas champion going against Eve, they've always had chemistry. It's just that they never got to show it on TV like most of the other girls. I like this match. The one problem I've had with this whole thing is, like I said with the fucking Bella Twins, why is all the heel divas going to Eve? He's such a nice guy. Why are you all wanting to turn face? I'm telling you right now, if the next week Beth Phoenix comes up to Eve Torres saying, he's such a nice guy, I'm going to cut a bitch. Because, what? I mean, you're a heel. Last time I checked, Natalya's been a heel this whole time. I've never seen her be face. All she's done lately is fart. And I'm just like, what is going on here?
It looks like she's being looked on as a face at this point, so take it how you want it. I mean,
it's stupid.
This match was designed to be heel Eve, face Natalya, whether if there was a switch or not. Eve came out with a smile on her face, did her pose, and as she looked out in the crowd, hearing everybody boo, then her smile turned to a scowl.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm loving her heel turn. Like, seriously, it's been one of the better heel turns
in a while.
Yeah, in recent memory. And it was weird that Natalya was playing the face, but at the same time, she played one earlier this week on NXT, so I guess it's a continuation of that.
Yeah. I just don't I think my main problem with this whole thing of Natalya becoming face is because, one, she's still following around Beth Phoenix. Two,
Yeah.
she's farting. And three, all of a sudden she's a face. It's just like, it's too many things that are not consistent.
And the weird thing is none of the heels are co-signing Eve mistreating somebody.
No.
And it's confusing as all hell.
And another thing I loved about Eve, they put the freaking slutty makeup on her. Wow.
Very
like,
nice.
Yeah.
I know. I was like, yes. That's how you play it up, honey.
They're going full-fledged with this.
Yes.
Hey, I don't know if it's the heel gimmick or if it's the makeup, but her being heel now, especially with her saying that she uses men and playing that, I know I'm hot. Hey, she looks better to me.
Hey, you're too late to the party.
See, he late. We were
I've had her.
co-signing Eve years ago.
I've had her from jump.
Hey, I didn't say she wasn't hot before. I'm just saying she's hotter now.
Yeah. I mean, everybody said the same thing about Trish Stratus when she turned heel. All of a sudden she's hot, and I'm like, she's looked the same before.
She just dressed a little bit different.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to talk about heel turns and looking hot? Mickie James was her hottest when she was the Trish stalker.
Yeah. She kind of
She
had
was
this
straight
crazy.
up fucking psycho.
She was in love with. She had the in love with Trish. Psycho. I'm not a lesbo, but I'm doing lesbo things. And hey, that was the best time for Mickie James right there.
She had the shrine and all that shit.
And then kidnapped her boyfriend and
kissed her,
crazy
kissed
ass
her in the bath,
Ashley.
kissed her outside of the shower.
it was
Under
the
the
craziest
mistletoe.
shit ever.
Oh,
I know.
that was the best WrestleMania match lead up that they had.
Yep.
Yeah, but
There were some moments.
there were so many moments.
Well, getting back on track, because
Yes.
I think I lost my place.
Didn't we all?
Eve got the win, and this works out for her, being a heel, and, I'm glad that she didn't have another promo to talk, and because the one on Raw was just kind of dreadful.
I didn't pay attention to a word she said. I was just looking at her.
Her in that dress.
Dress.
On Raw. Just wear that. Dresses like that from now on.
Please.
You don't ever have to wrestle again. You can just walk out there in dresses, and I'm good with it.
She can only wrestle again if if they have a good match.
I mean, if she wants to come out there and talk, have Maxine talk for you. Just don't talk.
Yes.
Well, here's a quick sidebar question before we move on from this. With her now recent heel turn, so close to WrestleMania, do you think she's going to have a WrestleMania match?
They'll probably do something with her and Kelly within the next few weeks. Because since Kelly Kelly's walking around saying, she's sipping on skank juice. Bitch, you've been a skank since you debuted. Can we say Mike Knox, Test, Balls Mahoney, The Miz,
Yeah,
Randy
they're...
Orton, CM Punk?
Oh,
And
dear.
I go on.
Big Show's her BFF.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. Yeah, they're like going back and forth on Twitter, sending videos to each other, telling each other off, and I'm like, oh my god, like, I already know this is going to probably be a match, but from what we've all been hearing, there's going to be no Divas match at Mania. It's going to be probably a pre-show match, which I'm fine with, if it's them too.
Well, let me bring this point up to you. If we have a Divas match on WrestleMania, and if Eve has this new persona, and she's in this small developing feud with Kelly, but we also want the Divas title on the card.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is how you put Beth Phoenix versus Kelly versus Eve versus Natalya in a fatal 4-way for the Divas Championship. That way, you have Eve and Kelly going at it to continue their feud, and they have a match at Extreme Rules or whatever. And you also have, as Jeff had previously predicted or hopes for, you also have Natalya versus Beth Phoenix, and it's for the title, and at the same time, you showcase some way of Natalya getting the fans behind her and, you know, not literally behind her because she'll fart in their faces, but, you know, this is how you get Natalya to be a babyface.
You went there.
I would love that,
but that's completely possible.
I would love that.
It is possible.
But I have an issue. Okay, we have Beth Phoenix. Okay, she's defending her championship. Eve is thrown in there. Kelly's thrown in there. Okay, Beth has a problem with both of them from past. Okay, we throw Natalya in there. If we're not building towards really anything with Natalya turning on Beth Phoenix, then Natalya being in there is just going to be like, why is she here? For me, I would more so put Tamina in there. Because her and Beth Phoenix interaction will make... Because I don't want to see Natalya farting at WrestleMania. I just don't want to see that. And
we don't want to see Natalya farting at all.
No, but I just don't want to do it on the grandest stage of them all.
Yeah. I think Tamina versus Beth, had they continued the feud the next night on Raw, would have been the feud leading into WrestleMania. I'm not saying give Tamina the title. I'm just saying the two of them, because Tamina's the first chick who took her to her limit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did like that match.
And you give Beth the clean win at the grandest stage of them all. Beth gets a WrestleMania moment. Tamina gets a WrestleMania moment. Because I highly doubt that within the next 5 weeks, they'd even think about putting Natalya and Beth in a match at WrestleMania.
See,
they go ahead.
They actually had, scheduled Natalya versus Beth Phoenix at Mania. From what I last read, they had actually pinned that down. But then, what happened was, Creative did this whole thing with Natalya that we see on TV, and then they threw Tamina in there. So now they're like, we don't know what the fuck to do, because we really just messed up planting the seeds for that feud to actually happen. And now WWE doesn't really want a Divas match.
Okay, well, let me throw this last question in so we can move on from this. How about we have all four of those, plus Tamina, plus Alicia Fox, plus the Bella Twins.
No, Bellas.
No, you have to have more heels in there. You have to have more heels in there, but this is just to get this out of the way. An elimination match with Beth retaining, and then you have Karma come out after the match and show her dominance, because Karma says she's going to be ready by Mania, but most likely she won't have a match. She shouldn't have a match because she hasn't been on TV, but this is how you get all the divas on the card, have a quick 7-minute match, eliminate all the divas, have Natalya and Beth be the final two remaining, and then Beth retains. Natalya gets to be babyface, while Beth is attacking her and Karma shows up.
See, the thing is, seriously, I really don't want Karma back already. She needs to just rest. She just had a child.
What do you mean she needs to rest? She's having 2 months of rest.
Nick, childbirth is hard on a woman. childbirth. Do you know? I know girls that I'm friends with that have had a child a year ago, and they're still getting back into the swing of things because it puts your body through so much shit. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm not saying she should be back now. She's had the baby New Year's Eve, and she'll be back on WWE. No, not on WWE TV, not the entire show. I'm saying show up at WrestleMania, which is April 1st. All right, that's 3 months' time. You know, she showed up as a, special entrant in the Royal Rumble, but she hasn't been on TV since then. So you have to have her. You have to have her at least show up at WrestleMania. I'm not saying have a match or start a feud.
Yeah,
but let me finish. If she's gonna be at Royal Rumble, if she's gonna show up and have 2 minutes of airtime, why not show up at WrestleMania to have 2 seconds of airtime?
Okay, the main reason why she showed up at Royal Rumble is because every year they have surprise entrants. They brought her in just to throw her out there, be like, oh, Karma's here. And she was only in there for 2 minutes because, 1, she just had a child not even a month ago. 2, she couldn't do much. That's why she got eliminated so quickly. And 3, what is the point of having her show up at Mania, put an implant buster on Beth Phoenix and whatever, and then she goes away for another couple months because she still has to heal? That's just kicking the storyline down the hole. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah. I say keep her off TV. Let her heal up until she's officially ready, really ready to get back in the ring and actually do something. Then to have her show up randomly, then she disappears like she just did now because she was not ready. And she admitted she was not ready. When she put the implant buster on Dolph Ziggler, she admitted she was not ready. So
that's understandable.
Don't do something like that. Just don't do it.
It's understandable. My point is, from birth to WrestleMania is 3 months. And I'm not saying she'd be back on TV full time. All I'm saying is, it's WrestleMania. Why not get a WrestleMania payday? That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I get what you're saying,
I understand that.
But my point is, if you're going to have her show up just to get a payday at WrestleMania, just to show up, stare down Beth Phoenix, and then also she disappears for another couple months, that's pointless. You might as well just keep her off.
It doesn't have to be a couple months. She can show up at WrestleMania, be off for a few weeks, and Beth has a match at Extreme Rules or something, have Karma show up there. That's 4 months later than giving birth. You don't have to keep someone off of TV. They can at least show up and, remind people, hey, I'm here. It doesn't have to be
if she
every
just shows
Raw.
up once a month, that'll be kind of like the Rock effect, where you just pop up, disappear, pop up, disappear. It will only be hurting her in the long run because people are like, oh, she's just the pop-up bitch.
If she shows up every month, she'll be showing up way more than The Rock. Okay?
Yeah, but my thing is,
true, but you get what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, but my thing is, if you're just gonna have her, she doesn't have to be on TV or nothing. What you're saying is, okay, she shows up Mania, get a payday, she doesn't have to be on TV and whatever. Then all of a sudden she pops up again. Okay, if you do that, one, WWE's audience is full of kids now. Their attention span is not that good. They're not gonna fucking remember her months later. 2, if you're defeating the purpose of even setting up a storyline. Because by then, when she does decide to come back and reappear, Beth Phoenix is probably going to be feuding with somebody else and not even be thinking about that. So, while you're trying to plant seeds of something happening between them, you already fucking defeated the purpose, really.
Exactly. And, Natalya is subtly leaving hints of a potential feud between her and Beth in interviews that she's done and stuff she's posted on her own website. And I understand you saying all the divas get a WrestleMania payday. Have them bitches go dance in the back, do something. Have Beth have a one-on-one match. Because when was the last time at Mania you had an actual divas one-on-one match?
Well, you know what? I even say, just like you guys said with the Fatal 4-Way, I even say have Beth Phoenix, Alicia Fox, Eve Torres, Kelly in there. We all know Beth is going to win. Have Natalya accompany Beth Phoenix to the ring. Have, at some point, Natalya almost cost Beth Phoenix to win. After the match, Beth wins. Her and Natalya get into like a shoving match. And that just starts the feud right there. Then they can have their feud for the next couple months. Then a Karma appears. I wouldn't just have Karma come out there, stand on the ramp like she do at TNA, looking down at everybody. Just wouldn't want.
Yeah.
Well, all I'm saying is I don't want to see Eve and Kelly have a feud, and WrestleMania be either about them or no Divas title. If you're not going to have the Divas title at WrestleMania, then don't have a Divas match at all.
Yeah, that's how I feel, because, you know, when I heard that they were even thinking about not even having one, I was just like, well, they hardly show Beth Phoenix on her own brand. You know,
Exactly.
they might as well not have one. But if they're going to have Eve versus Kelly pre-show, don't put on the main card, please.
Yeah,
If
and
anything-
Beth Phoenix is on Superstars this week.
She's been on there like every week. It's a damn shame.
I understand you don't really know what the hell to do with her, but putting her on Superstars every week, people are going to be like, wait, we have a Divas champion?
Well, this whole conversation really started from Eve versus Natalya on SmackDown. And if I'm not mistaken, I think our producer Killer Kev has something he wants to say about Natalya.
Yeah, I think we kind of goofed when we said we didn't want to see Natalya farting. I think the correct phrase is we don't want to hear her farting, because if we're seeing her farting, we're watching a whole different show, and I'm pretty sure that's not PG. And that in this
That would
case,
be seen on cartoon. That would be seen on a cartoon show on the WWE Network.
Well, I think we meant when we said we don't want to see her farting, we don't want to see the image of her standing there in the ring passing gas. We just don't want to see that.
What you
But
don't
the
want?
funny thing is she is taking it in stride and not seriously letting it get her down.
You don't want to
Yeah.
see her trying to do that Pepto-Bismol dance?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, seriously, dance off. Eve Torres versus Natalya doing the Pepto-Bismol dance.
Oh my goodness.
Who wins?
At least this week on SmackDown, they didn't do an embarrassing moment with her.
True.
Eve basically said, you know, while Zack may have been sweet and genuine, he really stinks. And then Natalya we hear the fart, and then Natalya just turns to Eve and said, no, that stinks.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
She's
it wasn't
turned
a
it into her
one-off.
own little joke.
Yeah, so I don't know. Take it how you want it, whether it's funny or it's ridiculous. Either way, she like you said, she's taking it in stride.
Some kind of stride.
Well, we're making strides with Big Show and Mark Henry having, I don't know what, their 45th match this year already.
Oh God.
And there's a rumor going around why this is happening.
Well, get this. There was actually a winner this time, because last week there was no winner. Big Show just walked away, chased Cody Rhodes to the back, and that was that. This week, Cody Rhodes ran away through the crowd, and Big Show, called him back, and it was announced that they face off at WrestleMania. So Big Show had a match with Mark Henry, and he kicked out of the World's Strongest Slam and punched Henry in the face with the WMD. And every time Mark Henry takes that punch, he crumbles to the mat.
He sells it like a champ.
Yeah. And he announced today that he is now 100%. And I am happy to hear that.
I am too.
Very much so, but
He's
who knows
100%
how long
what?
he's
Straight
going to be
bugging?
around.
He's 100% what? Straight bugging? 100% straight hitting the buffet?
100% healthy and wig splitting, as he put it.
Yeah, his wig is splitting all right, but
that hairline.
So he's telling the truth on that one.
I'm telling you, Sierra, you and Danny O have a problem with Mark Henry's hairline.
I've had a problem with his hairline since he got his hair done like that.
He's had that same hairstyle since when? 2002?
Yes, when he came back with the world's strongest man gimmick, and it was receiving then. Just stop. Just let it go.
It was, and like now you can see a clear part in the back of it. Like where the whole back half is, and then that little front part, there's like a clear division in his head. Just shave it all off.
You realize though, Mark Henry can't give that hairstyle up.
His hair is giving it up. His haircut is giving it up.
He's on that Stevie Wonder. I'm gonna wear long ass hair, and my hairline starts in the back of my fucking head.
Jeff, no, you did not. Hold on, Jeff. No, you didn't. Stevie's blind.
He can't give that up because he is the last person who is keeping the Jerry Curl Corporation alive.
Oh,
seriously, the amount of money that he is shedding out towards that, he is holding up that whole company. In this day and time, if he quit that, think of all the little Jimmies and all the little Jennies working at the Jerry Curl Company that are going to be out of a job. It would be a shame.
Getting back to what you said, Sierra.
Yeah.
Look, Stevie Wonder's hair starts in the back of his head. Just cut that shit off when he sleep at night.
Oh, gosh.
His old ass ain't gonna know the difference.
He's blind. How's he gonna cut it? He's gonna cut it wrong.
He's blind, not dumb. He's gonna know that his hair. He's gonna know that his dreads aren't hitting him in the back of his head. It's hitting him right in the middle of the back.
Look, I'm tired of seeing Stevie Wonder's ass and Mark Henry rocking this hair that start in the back of their head. Like, let it go.
I mean, I never really had an issue with Mark Henry's hair until recently. Unlike Danielle, who has an issue with men having hair, period. I didn't notice Mark Henry's hairline was so backed up like DC traffic until a couple months ago, and I'm like, he needs to get rid of that. And then one week on SmackDown, they did like a camera shot from behind, and there's like this big bald spot, and I'm like, just let it go.
Guy's getting old. What do you want from him?
Shave it, go bald.
Oh God! All right, you know what? Let's just move on from there.
Get a wig. Borrow Taker's wig.
Borrow Alicia Fox's. She got
somebody.
Oh my God! All right, how about we give Mark Henry some more hair from Drew McIntyre, because he's not going to be swinging his hair around WWE anymore, or so we think. Because this was the final time for him to have a match, and hey, at least this time it wasn't against the Giant. It wasn't against Sheamus or Great Khali or Big Show. He fought someone smaller than him, Justin Gabriel. And guess what, folks? Drew McIntyre lost again. Woohoo. But this time, Teddy Long says, I'm gonna have to let you go. So, what does this mean? Does this mean Drew McIntyre has now been future endeavored from SmackDown? Or is he gonna show up next week pleading for his job again on SmackDown with John Laurinaitis next week?
Well, since Johnny Ace is taking over, he'll probably give him his job back.
He'll probably make him assistant manager.
Oh my God!
See, you know what?
Wait,
you
doesn't
brought
he
that
already
up.
have his kiss ass?
Oh dear Jesus! I was not even going that way.
Well, that's his personal counsel. I mean, you know, you've had that rotating cast of assistant GMs over on SmackDown for a while now.
True.
You know what? Before I even knew they were doing this whole GM switch thing, when they brought up this whole thing of Drew McIntyre doesn't win, he's going to be fired from SmackDown, I was like, okay, He's gonna go to Raw, get a job with Johnny Ace. Well, now they're switching brands, and it's like, what?
But that's only for 1 week, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for next week.
Okay, so then
Okay.
Johnny Ace takes him back over next week.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
Jeff brought that up, and I'm thinking, oh God, you're right. And at least, hey, maybe he'll do like they did with the Miz. You know, the Miz was fired and came back as the Calgary Kid. Maybe next week he'll show up as the Boston Brawler.
The Boston
No.
Brawler.
No.
Wow.
Remember
Someone
they did
call
The
Brooklyn Brawler.
the
right
Scot
now.
the Scottish Scuffler.
Well, where is SmackDown next week? I don't know. All I know is Raw is in Boston, so SmackDown is definitely in the area, probably Connecticut. So John Laurinaitis will be the GM for SmackDown next week. He did put something on Twitter that, you know, McIntyre is a talent, blah, blah, blah. I hired him, blah, blah, blah. Maybe, I don't know. He's probably going to acquire his services. We're not seeing the loss of McIntyre, especially with rumors of his new Playboy gimmick.
Yeah, me and Sierra were talking about it, and the things that he was doing at the house show, I ain't co-signing that shit
Let's
for
just say,
nobody.
hello, Adrian Adonis.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, Adrian Adonis?
Yeah, they basically
Yeah.
have him playing up the gimmick.
Or is he going to be like Rhett Titus, giving out his hotel key number?
Well, supposedly
kinda,
he's
but the
flirting
other
with
way.
the men.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay,
Like
so
he's blowing them kisses and bullshit.
Yeah.
so he's going all Rico.
Yeah, but kind of
Yeah,
more so.
kinda.
From what I read, it's more so going the kind of like the Adrian Adonis approach, like, you know, where he's kind of teasing that he's that way, but not really. But he was blowing kisses at the men in the crowd, and they said he was just acting like really different from what we're used to. And I was like, they could have something going here, but I don't know.
And that he's like fixing his hair and all that type of shit.
Putting makeup on and
Oh, jeez.
See, I didn't see. I
That's
didn't
what
hear
I
about
read.
that part, but
that's why I said Adrian Adonis.
oh lord,
All we need
Oh,
is Jesse
man.
Ventura to be his tag team partner.
I
Call
like
Jesse for his tag team.
All I can see is next week, Johnny Laryngitis invites Drew McIntyre back, and then we find out the real reason why Johnny has a croaky voice.
Oh, dear.
oh. You went there. You really did.
Okay, moving on from there.
Nick, it's getting late for you, brother.
Wow.
Oh, God. Well, speaking of the Playboy gimmick, the David Otunga was told by Teddy Long that he will be facing the Punjabi Playboy, Great Khali, but it wasn't exactly stated when. So apparently we're going to get that match on Raw next week.
I was
And
wondering where you were going with that. You said, like, speaking of Playboy, I'm like, wait, what?
that match is going to be on Raw next week, and so is Teddy Long because he's going to run that show. Let me get these quick predictions for you. Do you think Teddy Long, when he's been on Raw lately in backstage segments with Laryngitis and during the live Super SmackDown, he doesn't do too well in front of a live camera. He's been having the pleasure of edited TV for his segments backstage. Do you think he's going to flop next week?
I got 4 words. Jazz and bitch clamp. That's what I need to happen to Teddy Long, because he working my nerves with these, I'm going to put some stank on it and all that other crap that
speaking
that was horrible.
speaking of that, Teddy Long, me and Jeff excuse you the whole month of Black History Month for your problems, but as of tonight, you're in a box for talking about, don't make me put some stank on you. Who says that?
I don't know, but But
The
Teddy
box
Long,
the bitch movement is coming back.
Teddy
Wow.
Long on Raw. I'm gonna give you 4 words: thuggin' and buggin', playa.
I got 6
No.
words.
No.
Bugging and bugging. I got 6 words for him.
Leia. Woo woo woo. Don't blow it.
Seriously,
Yeah.
this could be Teddy Long's, last days.
I hope.
I mean, I respect everything that Teddy Long did in the business, and I think he's a great person, but all this stupid shit that they have him do, like, he's in love with a chick who has her own lounge music, and is going to induce another heart attack on him. He's feuding with Mr. I Want to Be Barry White and his little bitch, and he fucking with crazy ass Santino. I'm gonna need Teddy Long to figure out a life plan and follow it, because the way he going right now, I want his ass to be sitting at a retirement home next to Ron Simmons, telling him, "Damn, shut up."
Here's an idea. We go through this whole thing, and we have the match between their representatives, and Johnny Ace wins, and Johnny Ace goes to fire Teddy Long, but we find out he can't fire Teddy Long because it turns out all along Teddy Long was the anonymous Raw GM
Ha.
that Vince McMahon put in
shit.
place.
Oh, damn.
So that's why Laryngitis is the interim GM.
Right.
Interesting.
That'd
That
be
would
interesting.
be interesting.
That
Because everybody's been asking about the Raw GM on the laptop still to these days. That'd be an
Yeah.
interesting way.
Very, very intriguing.
Oh, did you guys catch, speaking of Johnny Laryngitis, whatever the hell he is, him and Otunga, okay, when they cut to the backstage after Randy Orton versus Dan Bryan, they stood there for like 10 seconds like, what do we do now? What do we do now, George?
Yeah, I did notice that. I did notice that, but to lead up to that, you're right. Randy Orton fought Daniel Bryan in the main event of SmackDown, which I don't know. It was good. It was kind of fast paced. It seemed like they rushed it a little bit,
Yeah.
especially in the end. But I don't know. There was some good counter moves. Daniel Bryan countered the RKO. He grabbed Orton's arm and tried for the LeBell Lock, and Orton blocked it. Daniel Bryan left the ring. Orton went after him, tried to DDT him on the floor, and then all of a sudden, boom, Kane's music shows up. And this is exactly what I told you, Sierra,
What?
when we talked about this on Ring the Bell a couple weeks ago. What's left for Kane to do? And I told you, he's just gonna find another victim. That's what he does. And when I watched this on SmackDown tonight, I don't care. I may be the only one, but I loved it. Kane just randomly comes out, attacks Randy Orton, choke slams him in the ring, and says, "Welcome back, Randy. Welcome back." You know what? Kane doesn't need a reason to do whatever the hell he does. He's just a sick and twisted monster. I love this gimmick. I don't care. It's Orton versus Kane at WrestleMania. If that's how it goes, I will be fine with it. I don't care. It's just good gimmick for Kane. He does what he wants to do, just like he did on Raw when he attacked 6 guys after their big tag team match.
Well, it's actually Kane has somehow remembered how he used to be in 1998, and now is starting to be that person.
Yeah.
I'm fine with them doing Orton versus Kane. I just did not like how they had Kane randomly run out there on Raw. I I think it would have been much better if they had saved him running in, if they just waited till SmackDown to do that. And then everybody would be like, oh, Kane's here.
Yeah, because...
Why is Kane here?
Yeah, if you just look at it from the week itself, Kane attacked Primo, Epico, Ziggler, and R-Truth, and Randy Orton in a span of 1 week. That's kind of a laundry list of men to do in 2 shows in 1 week. But if they continue this with Randy Orton, then yeah, the attack he did to those guys on Raw is looked on as a head scratcher.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking like this weird angle when I first seen him attack Randy Orton. When he first started this whole angle with John Cena, that was didn't really do nothing. And Kane was talking about basically embracing the hate. And at one point, Kane even said how it pretty much pissed him off of how he got pushed to the side and how WWE has picked all these baby faces and pushed them to the moon, and he got left behind. So I was like, okay, he's coming out here attacking the tag teams, Kofi, R-Truth, all these guys have actually been pushed to the higher level, and Kane's got pushed to the side. And then SmackDown, he goes out there and attack Randy Orton, who's probably one of the biggest superstars in the company. I don't know what they're doing with Kane, but it's kind of like that's... From what Kane cut that promo, that's what I was getting from it.
Yeah, for me...
But now, I don't know.
For me, I get the feeling that Kane is going after people who are on TV every week or get the big promo time, get all the hype. He's trying to destroy them and say that, hey, I'm still here and I can still wreck shit. Like, don't count me out.
Well, if this leads to a Kane versus Randy Orton match, which I hope, because neither of them have any plans for Mania, the plans of Shaq versus Big Show have been scrapped. The plans of the rumor of Big Show versus Randy Orton is not happening at Mania, so Kane versus
Thank
Orton,
goodness.
I'll be fine with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this be something different. And to think of it, Kane and Orton have really... I don't think they've actually really came across each other in the past.
Not too often. No, not too often.
Yeah.
And this feels fresh because
a
lot of people hated the Cena and Kane feud for the past 2 months. It didn't bother me because they never really had matches together.
I mean, I didn't necessarily hated it. I just didn't like how they were really telling the story. Like, it seemed like it was dragging, and then the whole thing of putting Zack Ryder in there, that made me go back to the thing of, okay, Kane doesn't like everybody that's getting more time than him. That's why he killed him.
Yeah.
So
I didn't understand the destruction of Zack Ryder, but yeah, the storyline needed a lot of work and help, but the matches weren't that bad. The ambulance match was bad just because of the gimmick itself.
Oh, God.
And the fact that it main evented the Elimination Chamber. Ugh. But Kane versus Orton, I hope they do it. I hope they continue it. And if they announce it next week, I'll be fine with it.
Yeah, speaking of the ambulance match, apparently that match will be playable on WWE 13.
Didn't they do an ambulance match in one of the older games?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember.
I never
that.
played that shit because it was like stupid.
It was like one of the early PS1 games, and it was atrocious.
It really was.
Just speaking of video game matches, I was mad that they took away the triple threat tag team match in WWE video games, and yet we still have the freaking Inferno matches in WWE video games. Like, who really plays Inferno matches anymore?
Exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I just noticed that myself. I was like, why did they... And another thing with WWE games, I don't understand.
The tags.
okay, the 6 Diva tags. We can't have 6 Diva tags.
But you can have a tag team match with divas and have diva managers.
That's stupid
That's-
anyways, because WWE does Diva tag matches, 6 Diva tags, 8 Diva tags, 5-on-5, 7-on-7.
Yeah, but not only that with the divas, another thing divas can't do is like, okay, you know how you can take and make a Royal Rumble with 10 and 20 and 30 guys on exhibition mode?
Yeah.
Okay, you can't do that with the divas. The divas can only be in a 4-man battle royal.
Yeah, they say it's because there's too many pixelographic, some technical term.
Too many excuses. That's the technical term.
Yeah.
Too many excuses.
No,
basically.
the excuses, aka THQ, is too fucking lazy. And another thing I noticed with WWE games, like you said, they still have Inferno matches. I don't know when the last time anybody has seen an Inferno match in WWE.
Kane versus MVP?
How long ago was that?
That's when, like, MVP first came. And then we have these matches on Raw and stuff every week where we've had, like, 8-man tag, 10-man tag, and we are not allowed to have that on the game, but we have Inferno.
I know. They need to get rid of Inferno match. They need to do what other video games, especially PlayStation and 360, you know, they have these kind of engines where games like Heavenly Sword or Dynasty Warriors, you have 1,000 men on screen in a battle, but yet you can only have 6 superstars in the ring at one time.
Yeah. And you know, so crazy, like, you know, speaking of, like, game engines, like, when this is back in the day when, you know, PS2 was the bomb.com. I used to have this wrestling game called The Legends of Wrestling. Okay, on that game...
Oh, I remember that.
Now, let me tell you, that game was horrible. Horrible. On that game, even though the gigabytes and everything was so jacked up, they had 10-man tag, 8-man tag. They even had like an 18-man tag. And it wasn't even by THQ. It was by, what's their names that did THQ's game?
Activision?
Not TNA's game. Yeah, them.
Oh, you mean, Acclaim?
Yeah, it was by them.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, THQ is supposed to be so advanced. That's why I just be like, every year I'm like, okay, why don't we have this match in here? It's on.
You know, I just say, give me back my Saturday Night Slam Masters.
I agree. Nothing beats No Mercy to this day.
No Mercy was my shit.
Yep.
Favorite in the game.
Well, getting back to SmackDown.
I have one real quick thing. Why did AJ stand in the ring? Her and Daniel Bryan, when Kane came out there, they're just sitting there standing in the ring. Like, oh, they're fighting.
Yeah, well, it didn't last long because once they fought in the ring, Daniel Bryan pulled her out. And then they fought outside the ring again. But after the match was over, like you said, Sierra, Laryngitis and Otunga were just gawking at the TV screen, just staring at it like,
what's going on, George?
Hey, Kane is in the ring and he's leaving the ring. And that's our cue. So Otunga basically says that's a destructive human being, and Laryngitis says that, well, he will bring destruction to SmackDown, and then he books Kane in a match against Teddy Long's girlfriend Oksana.
So basically Kane's going to kill another woman on TV. Why are we doing this?
Why does Kane always attack women? First it was Linda. No, it was Tori. Then it was Steph. Then it was
Terry.
Linda, Terry,
Lita,
Victoria, I think, Trish.
Then recently Eve.
Kelly.
That was just scary when he went after Kelly because that was so fucking awkward.
It's just, he is just awkward, period. It's just, I don't know, when they said that, he's like, why don't we put Kane in there with Teddy Long's girlfriend? And I'm like, why can't she be why can't you put her in the ring with, the Divas champion Beth Phoenix to squash her?
Okay,
Exactly.
you guys are overlooking the fact that there's supposed to be no man-on-woman contact in WWE at all. This isn't.
No, I understand that.
This isn't a down south company where you have a man and a woman as female tag team champions.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not like I'm wondering what's gonna happen next week, because it's not like Teddy Long can overrule it, because Laryngitis is the one running the show. So that makes me wonder what they're going to do.
Yeah, that's what the thing that just got me, because I was just like, why are they doing this on TV? I don't know. They just seem to amaze me every week with some of the shit they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
some things make sense, some things don't.
Like we always say, you can only find out, you have to wait until next week to find out what they're going to do. So, with that said, I think that's going to wrap up this week's episode of the SmackDown Rundown. I want to thank Sierra for joining us on the line as usual. You want to get any last words in?
Besides the fact that Pandora is calmed down because it stopped storming, as I always say, Angry Marquet, Spotlights, whatever, is up. I post like 2 this morning. So go check those out. And thanks for having me on this week. I haven't been around lately.
No, we missed you.
No, you didn't. You get tired of me on Tuesdays. Nick gets tired of me and Ring the Bell.
Oh, please. That's where we gave you your start, so of course we appreciate you there.
Yeah. Sadly.
And as always, we appreciate having you here this week and any other time you call in.
Yeah.
This is your second show.
It really is.
Not really. I don't plan on it being.
It's your half show, because you have you're on 1.5 times.
Yeah, I call in every now and then.
It's always fun when you call in.
Yeah, because I somehow have something to say all the time. I don't know.
Well, thank you for joining us, and also big shout out to producer Killer Kev for making sure the show runs smoothly and joining us with his comments here and there and everywhere he is.
Yeah, you just love my smart ass, right?
Your candid candor is always welcome, my friend.
Couldn't do the show without you.
No.
Yes, and that leaves me and my co-host King J. I can't do the show without you, and every week, happy to have you along for the ride, brother.
Yeah, it's always fun doing the show. It's like the one thing I look forward to on Fridays, because I don't have class, so I just do homework all day and then chill, do SmackDown Rundown. It's always a good time.
See? Told you why you should come over here.
As always, we have a good time because we have a lot of shit to talk about, and if we don't, we find something. So that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of everything and everybody here on the Angry Marks Podcast Network. And we want to thank all of you listeners for tuning in, whether it was live or on the download, whether on angrymarks.com or iTunes. Big shout out to you. Shout out to everybody who stuck around in the chat room. And shout out to everybody on the line. So that's going to do it for this week's episode of the SmackDown Rundown. And we'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.